Welcome to 1941 Counterattack. This is the third game in the 1940X series, once again developed by Capcom and originally released in arcades back in 1990. That's right, it's finally time to tackle the next game in the 1940X series, this one being a prequel to 1942 and subsequently 1943. This game does not have you destroying the Japanese air fleet. I'm not sure which country you're actually fighting against in this particular game, but I do believe that this game is supposed to take place on the Western Front, so I'm guessing Germany? But I don't really know that for sure. I don't think that this particular game is really based on any specific battle during World War II, or any, specific battle that happened during World War II. I mean, I did do an entire thing off screen where I tried to actually do some research into this, just to see if I could come up with a theory as to which part of World War II Capcom were basing this particular game on, but my research didn't really yield any results. I kind of feel like this is one of those moments where they literally just called the game 1941 because they wanted to try and distinguish it from the other two games in this series that they've already released. My initial guess was that it might have taken place immediately after the events of Pearl Harbor, because the attack on Pearl Harbor did occur in 1941, but it happened all the way near the end of 1941 in December. But that didn't really make a lot of sense the more I thought about it, because the Western Front mostly took place in Western Europe, which is why it was called the Western Front to begin with. But also, there wasn't really that much activity occurring on the Western Front in 1941. There wasn't really anything noteworthy that was happening on the Western Front during that time period, and there wouldn't really be anything noteworthy happening there until, mid-1944 when D-Day happened. Which does kind of make me wonder if perhaps 1944 The Loop Master might be based around the events of D-Day, but I don't know for sure. We're gonna have to find that out when we finally get around to playing that game, whenever that may be. Yeah, so that's pretty much all that I can tell you regarding the plot of this game, because I mean, I'm gonna be real with you guys, I don't know what exactly the plot of 1941 is. All I know is that it leads into the events of 1942, which was based mostly on the Battle of Midway. I don't know which specific battles this game is based on. I don't think it's based on any specific battles this time around. I think this was pretty much the moment when Capcom just really started taking a lot of liberties with this particular franchise. And once you see the actual gameplay here, I think you will agree with me on that. Because the gameplay this time around is definitely a lot more hectic than it was in the previous 1940X games. I do believe most of the weapons from the older games have been brought back. I don't think there's any new weapons this time around specifically. At least none that I was able to notice. This game still has the same mechanic where you're only allowed to use weapon upgrades for a limited period of time until they run out, and you have to go and retrieve them again. It does seem, though, like they did increase the amount of time that you are allowed to use these weapons for. You can't shoot the power-ups in order to change them into something different anymore, though. All of the power-ups that are dropped are just, the ones that you get, basically. That being said, though, I do believe the weapon drops in particular cycle through different weapons automatically, so this is something that you actually have to time if you want to get the weapon that you want. The graphics overall have definitely been improved from 1943, I can at least say that much, and there's not that many levels this time around. There's actually only 6 levels in this game, and they are fairly short, so this game is definitely a much more brief experience than either 1942 or 43, so hopefully I won't be spending too much time with this. I don't think I will. You're still controlling the plane that you have been controlling in the previous 2 games, which is the P-38 Lightning. There was a new plane that they did introduce in this particular game, though, which is codenamed the Mosquito, which is a British plane, and I do believe that it is based on a real British plane that was also called the Mosquito. I think it was called the de Havilland DH-98 Mosquito, to be more specific, which was an actual plane that was used in World War II. Unfortunately, though, you can only play as the Mosquito if you are playing in 2-player mode, and only player 2 is allowed to to control it. They did bring back Mega Crashes as well, which are like the special attacks that you can use to wipe out a lot of enemies on screen all at once, but I think there's only one Mega Crash that you can use in this particular game, which is the lightning attack. I don't believe the tsunami attack was brought back, mostly because this game actually has a lot of levels where you are fighting near the ground instead of on the sea. There are still some sections of this game where you are fighting at sea, but those are far and few between, surprisingly. Anyway, I really don't want to just talk about all the different mechanics that they introduced into this game. I would like to actually show them off here, so let's just start the game immediately. So we're going to Mission 1, Sea Base, and we are actually starting, like, immediately. This is what I was talking about, it just drops you immediately into the game here. So, the orange planes do make a return, you have to shoot those guys in order to, not to end up killing yourself here. Hang on a second, what the frick am I doing right now? Yeah, so you still need to shoot down those orange planes in order to get some special power-ups, of course. I don't know if this... Okay, so this is actually kind of a weird power-up. So, it seems like they added one new power-up in this game, which is basically like, a mirage of some sort, or it gives your plane some sort of mirage, that trails behind it. And I think you can kill enemies with the mirage, like, if your plane flies directly into them. Which kind of reminds me of that one upgrade from Twinbee that basically allows you to do the same thing. Yeah, but this is one level right here where we are not really fighting at sea, we're more so fighting inside a river of some sort. Seems like we're attacking some kind of hidden base, I'm guessing. Yeah, these giant cranes you can destroy here. Yeah, so you still have play-ins that are flying around. You also have drones that attack you as well, which I don't know if they had those in 1941. Did they have drones back in that time? I'm not entirely sure. It kind of feels like this particular game, they're using a lot of technology that I don't think actually existed at the time. I'm just saying. I just keep getting hit by bullets over and over. Okay, so... there is one little thing that I want to mention. Yeah, we just destroyed an entire dam right there, by the way. I just want to point that out. So, one new mechanic in this game is that your plane can actually collide with solid walls now. That doesn't kill you outright, though. As a matter of fact, it doesn't kill you at all. It doesn't even damage you, actually. But you'll see that when you do collide with a wall, your plane does kind of spin out and lose control a little bit. But I kind of feel like you could also use that as like an attack as well, like a tactic of some sort. Because as you can see, you can still, yeah, you can actually still fire when you're hugging the wall, but your bullets do kind of just get sent off into several different directions, as you can see. So I guess you could use that to your advantage to try and, like, you know, attack a lot of different enemies all at once. So one other new feature that they also added in this game is that you can charge your attacks up now in order to release a much bigger attack. So I was actually right about this because I kind of predicted that this was a mechanic that they would that we would be seeing in 1941, like at the end of my 1943 video specifically. I think I did briefly talk about that because there was like a little preview that I saw within Capcom Arcade Stadium itself that kind of showed, like, Player 1 charging up an attack. And yeah, it turns out you can actually do that in this game. So if you're playing the Capcom Arcade Stadium version of this game, you hold down the J key, there's a little blue meter that fills up right here, and when you release it, you launch a more powerful attack. In this case, it's just a bunch of missiles. I do believe this charge-up attack does depend on which weapon you're currently holding on to. So because I have the missile weapon right now, it just fires a barrage of missiles that go in all different directions, except for the direction of this giant warship that I'm trying to, like, take down here. And, actually, okay, well, it is taken down now, and I do believe that is actually the end of the first mission, by the way. That's the end of the first level. The first mission just involves, like, destroying that warship. Number of aircrafts destroyed, 259. Shooting percentage, 91. Oh yeah, there's also rank ups in this game as well. So we have, First Lieutenant. We've been ranked up to First Lieutenant now. And that does actually give us an additional health point, which also leads into something else that I want to talk about here, because this is also a new mechanic. So, you may recall in 1943 that instead of having a lives counter, they replaced that with a fuel gauge that you had to keep increasing, or you had to keep refilling over and over. Otherwise, your plane would basically get destroyed instantly by bullets, because it effectively functioned as your health bar. Well, the fuel gauge has been removed in 1941, and it's been replaced with a vitality meter instead, which is basically a health bar, but you do actually have hit points this time around. There's a specific amount of times that your plane can actually get hit by enemy bullets. In this case, the amount of bullets it can normally get hit by is 4, but if you rank up after completing a level, you can actually increase the amount of vitality that you have. So now I can actually take up the 5 hits, because having no vitality actually counts as having like 1 hit point in this game. So it is kind of like, well, I guess it is kind of like 1943 in a way, where if you have no fuel, it basically means that you can still take 1 hit before you die, or you can only take 1 hit until you die. Oh yeah, and also if you end up dying and you have to use a continue, you lose that vitality point that you got earlier, that you ended up receiving, so you're just back to 3 vitality. But you can get it back again by just basically completing the level, pretty much. Yeah, so the more levels that you complete, the more vitality that you can gain over time, but you have to try and not die once in this game if you want to keep all your vitality points, because guess what? You still have only 1 life in this game. If you die once, that's it, you're done, bud. You're gonna have to use a continue. But thankfully, the game does actually allow you to use multiple continues, basically infinite continues, just like in 1943. Also, we're inside like a giant factory of some sort. There's a bunch of turrets on rails that are firing heat-seeking missiles at us. I don't really know what is going... Oh yeah, there's also flamethrowers here as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna take out the flamethrowers here. I'm not even paying attention to like anything that's been happening in the environment. But you'll notice here that, yeah, we are fighting on the ground here, and you'll notice that there are actually ground units that we can destroy. There's actual vehicles driving around on land that are trying to take us down. Got some anti-air vehicles that are trying to shoot us down here. Oh yeah, there's also this weird section in this level where there's a bunch of turrets that are firing bullets that are bouncing off of these mirrors, trying to ricochet them off the mirrors. Yeah, not really too difficult of a section to take care of, even though I am actually taking a lot of damage right now, but whatever. Does not matter. It does not matter. Oh yeah, I forgot about that thing that shoots electricity at me. I completely forgot about that, actually. Yeah, so what exactly are we doing now? Well, we're gonna destroy this rocket. That's right. There's a giant-ass rocket that we need to obliterate here. We gotta try and destroy it before it lifts off. We also have to avoid the engines here, avoid the rocket propellers, because it will just set us on fire, and we will die, which is obviously not a good thing. Oh god, well, it doesn't matter, because it incinerated me anyway, burnt me to a crisp. Okay, so, yeah, you can actually hit this thing off. You can, like, shoot parts of the rocket off, and then, I believe that just makes it so that he can't really attack you all that much, but, just so you know, I am actually doing damage to him right now. You know, just in case it didn't look like I was really doing anything to him, but I am. I promise that I am. Yeah, you can't use your Mega Crash when you have no vitality, by the way. Yeah, so using your Mega Crash in this game does also cost vitality. That's also something that I want to mention. So, I mean, it is just like 1943, where, you know, you use up fuel. Wait, I actually died? How did I die? What killed me? I already destroyed the boss. But yeah, it is just like 1943, though, where if you end up using your Mega Crashes over and over, it does consume pretty much all your fuel, so it will make you vulnerable to attacks the more you use it. So that's obviously not a good thing. So you have to be very, you have to be very methodical with how you use your Mega Crashes, and you still have to in this particular game. So now it's just the head of the rocket that we have to try and destroy. Man, I'm not really doing a good job at like avoiding these freaking little flames right here. They kind of look like little embers. Oh my god, dude, please. Just die. Just die, please. There we go. Thank you very much. My god, shouldn't have taken that many hits to destroy. Yeah, there is no like warships that you have to destroy in this game, or like there's no bosses in this game that are warships or take on the form of warships. And there's no, like, specific amount of the warship that you have to destroy before you can actually progress to the next mission. There's nothing like that this time around. It's basically just a bunch of gigantic bosses that aren't just the same boss repeated over and over this time around. No, they're actually a bit more original than that this time, which I'm very thankful for. Also, this is like the only... I'm pretty sure this is one of the only levels in the game, or even the only level where we are actually fighting on the sea. Yeah, but we are actually fighting in the air now. Got a giant air battle going on right here. Oh my god. Okay, well, also, I want to mention this as well. The fighters do return in this particular game. The upgrade that allows you to have, basically capture two little fighters and have them fight for you. Indeed, they have returned, or that particular upgrade has returned. Oh yeah, it's just raining missiles for some random reason. Doesn't even show us what exactly is firing that at us, but yeah, just some missile rain. Not a big deal. Oh yeah, this is also the boss of level 3, by the way. This is actually not the mini-boss, this is the actual boss, so we're already at the end of the level, basically. Let me try and get some actual, good shots on him here, if I possibly can. Yeah, he's launching these little bombs at us, but those can actually get destroyed in one hit. Those do get destroyed in a single hit. There we go. Yeah, I mean, part of me does also kind of feel like this game is by far the easiest game to play in the series so far. In some way, it kind of feels like the most accessible. I don't really know why I feel that way, though, because, I mean, the gameplay hasn't really changed that much from 1943, I would say, but yeah, okay, that's the end of the boss, by the way. 188, oh yeah, the end of the level as well. One rank advancement, we got rank major. Indeed. Yeah, we're going to mission 4. That was it for the 3rd mission, so we're already, like, really making a lot of progress here. We're moving into a city now, which seems rather dangerous. Oh yeah, you can actually destroy the sides of the buildings in this particular mission. I forgot about that. Yeah, so if you want to cause destruction, if you just want to be absolutely reckless and put, the lives of thousands of people in danger, you absolutely can. But to be fair, I kind of feel like these warships are doing the exact same thing, so whatever. Who cares? We're just here to cause mayhem and carnage. That's all we're here to do. I think Capcom stopped trying to be historically accurate with this series at this point, so who even gives a crap anymore? Who cares? Get rid of these tanks right here. Yeah, there's also the first 1940X game where you actually fight tanks. And I do believe well, at least I think it's the first one where you fight tanks. Well, yeah, because all the other games took place at sea. This one actually takes place within a city this time. Or at least this level does. But yeah, I do believe the boss of this stage right here is actually a tank. Just a big-ass tank this time around. God, I am taking a lot of damage from something. Yeah, I can't destroy the cars at the bottom here, unfortunately. Yeah, so just crashing into buildings doesn't actually kill you. It just kind of causes you to spin out, and you can kind of just, you know, you can just attack enemies like this if you want. I mean, that is definitely, like, a viable strategy for sure. Yeah, the only thing is that you can't fly above these buildings, because I'm trying to get this missile, but it's just out of reach, because it's just flying over all the damn buildings right here, so I can't actually get it. There we go. Yeah, so I think those orange power-ups this time just supply you with more health. So if you want to, like, switch between weapons, well, you have to rely on the weapon drops this time. Because like I said before, those power-ups cannot actually be destroyed. Oh yeah, by the way, or like they can't be shot so that it changes the power-up. No, you can't do that this time around. I was going to say, though, that the cow that we saw in 1943 does actually come back in this game. I think you can pick it up to get bonus points. But I completely missed it, though. I thought I would be able to go back into that little crevice right there, because I thought I had, like, the wiggle room for it. But I guess I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. Okay, why am I not able to go all the way down to the bottom of the screen? Wait a second. That doesn't seem correct. Yeah, I can't go all the way down to the bottom, actually. Okay, well, either way, we're fighting a big-ass tank. The tank has a flamethrower on it. I guess that's kind of cool. I think you can only do damage to the tank when its turret is active, though. Yeah, because the turret goes back into the tank to try and, like, shield itself. Whatever, that's okay. That's okay. It's not something that we can't deal with. God, these freaking drones are like, annoying the heck out of me here, too, though. I think there's a way that we can destroy that? Destroy those platforms so that it doesn't fire drones at us? Yeah, just kind of like that. Kind of like that, actually. Okay, I'm just gonna stay on the side just so that it doesn't do too much damage to me. Yeah, so you just attack this thing whenever it brings the turret back out. Yeah, this is... I do feel like this is one of the easier bosses in the game, though, because, yeah, these bullets are not really that difficult to dodge. and then you just basically have to use your charge attack, or you can use your charge attack in order to hit the turret in the center. So that's, is pretty easy to deal with. Although I kind of feel like it does take a little while doing it like this, but whatever. It's fine. There we go, he is actually done. Very nice indeed, and that is actually it for Mission 4. He's done. Number of aircrafts destroyed, 220. I'm just not pronouncing any words correctly anymore. Lieutenant Colonel. Very nice. I don't really know what the rank ups actually do in this particular game. I don't know if they do actually make you stronger or not. If they give you more firepower. I don't know if it's meant to be like a level up system of some sort. I do think in 19XX, which is the game that came out after this, I think they did bring that system back. You can also rank up in that game too. But I'm not entirely sure if that also really serves a purpose in that game either. Like, I'm not sure if this particular mechanic serves a purpose in that game, or if it's just for, like, I don't know, if it's just purely visual, because it kind of feels like it is just purely visual in this game, at the very least. Oh god, okay, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Yeah, these little fighters can definitely take a lot more hits than they could in 1942 or 43. They're actually the strongest they've ever been in this particular game. Because you can actually crash them into gigantic bomber planes, and they actually don't get destroyed immediately. So they're very sturdy this time around. They made a lot of improvements to the little fighter planes here. The tiny ones. Okay, this is a weird section where we just get bombarded with drones. Oh yeah, that little upgrade right there actually replenishes your health entirely. That also comes back from 1943, because there was an upgrade that also replenished all your health in that game too. And I think it had, like, the exact same symbol on it as well, so... yeah, nothing different there. I think this is the shotgun shell weapon that I have, which I think also came back from the previous game. God, I don't really want to be relying too much on the Mega Crashes here, just because that uses up a lot of, that uses up all of my, my energy, my vitality. Also, I just picked up a Dragonfly, and I got 100,000 points, so I guess that also comes back from 1943 as well. Okay, that one was actually my fault, because I literally just ran into that and did nothing. I just looked at it, and I just ran directly into it. Not even looking where I want to go still. My god, what in the frick is wrong with me here? Okay, well, either way, this is the boss of level 5 right here. This is the, I think it's called the Leviathan. I think that's what it said. That this particular boss is called. This big bomber plane. It's got turrets on its side. Oh, there's a bunch of debris that's falling off of it as well. Oh my god, please. Yeah, those little explosions also damage you as well, I guess. So you can't fly into them. Otherwise, it'll ruin your entire day, basically. Okay, well, we just ruined his entire day, because he's blown up and he's presumably dead now. Very nice. 193 aircraft destroyed. I mean, I'm still getting some pretty good accuracy here at the very least. Okay, we're ranked up to Colonel now. Yeah, we're already on the last stage of the game, by the way. Mission 6, Gotha? I think his name is Gotha. Yeah, this is the final stage of the game, guys, but this is also the longest stage in the game as well. This stage takes, like, I think at least 5 minutes to beat, like 5 or 6, or maybe even a little bit longer than that, so we're gonna be here for a little bit, at the very least. We have an all-out war that's gonna be going on, like an all-out assault against us, in particular. So, let's frickin' get it, then. Let's frickin' get it. Just got a bunch of, like, gigantic bomber planes that we need to take down here. Okay, can I just stop getting hit in the center, please? By, like, literally everything? Give me this missile. Okay, this is, I ran into that one as well. Okay, this is a mini-boss. I don't know what the mini-boss is called. It doesn't matter, because I'm already dead. Oh, wait, I need to put in more coins. Hang on a second. There we go. Let's just keep going. Oh my god, dude. Really showing my incompetence here. Okay, okay, so this also gives me the opportunity to talk about something else that I find kind of weird. Okay, mini-boss is gone. But, whenever you die and you have to use a continue, that doesn't actually reset your weapon anymore. Because I'm pretty sure it did that in 1943. It doesn't do that anymore for some reason. Also, your score doesn't get reset either. And the thing that is kind of weird is that whenever you use a continue, it actually adds 1 point to your score. That is something that I noticed, and I'm not entirely sure why the game was designed in that fashion, but yeah, it just randomly adds 1 additional point to your score. I have no clue why. It doesn't really mean anything, but it's just something that Capcom decided to do because reasons, I guess. Got a bunch of tanks, got a bunch of turrets. We're invading some kind of fortress here. This just straight up looks like a castle. That's what this looks like. It's like they took a medieval castle, they built a fortress out of it. I don't know, is this Nazi Germany that we're attacking? Are we just straight up attacking the Nazis here? Is that what we're doing? I can't tell. I can't tell which country we're actually battling against now, because it's definitely not Japan. This definitely takes place somewhere in Europe, for absolute sure. Oh yeah, that's strawberry. The strawberry comes back, that also gives you bonus points. That, I think, was also in 1943. Oh my god, dude, yeah, there's just, like, turrets everywhere. Yeah, these normal green planes from, like, the first game in particular. Okay, everything just, like, blew up instantly. Very nice. I enjoy it when things blow up instantaneously. Definitely not as many explosions as, that are occurring right now as the last shoot-'em-up that I played on the channel, which was literally the video I uploaded before this. But still, there are some pretty big explosions that are happening here regardless, so I'm definitely a fan of it. I'm not a fan of how much I'm actually getting hit right now. Oh my god, please. I'm just completely incompetent at this point. Okay, 100,000, oh my god. The drone, do I even want to deal with this? No, I don't. Get out of here. Get out of here, please, and thank you. I do think that you have invincibility frames now, though, whenever you do get hit by enemy bullets, because I don't think you had invincibility frames of any kind in the last game. That's okay, though. Okay, I'm just going to use it. If I can call down, if I can summon the power of Zeus once again, I may as well, put it to the best of to the best use possible. I think at this point I've completely forgotten how to form coherent sentences. Oh my god, okay, well, it doesn't matter. We're almost done with the game already, guys. This actually is the last level. We're in the home stretch, okay? We're almost at the end of the level, actually. I think these drones will just, I mean, do these drones just fly away from us? Okay, maybe they don't. They still keep targeting us, regardless. Okay, just some more bombers that we have to get rid of here. I still have the Mirage upgrade right here, which I think damages enemies if they fly into me. I don't exactly know. I don't really want to, like, test it out. Just because I've already taken so much damage and died so many times already. Okay, good dodge. That actually was a good dodge. I actually thought about that dodge pretty well and hard, or I planned it out in advance. So that's a good thing. That's pretty damn good. Okay, this is not the actual boss of this level. This is actually another mini-boss right here. So he has these gates that open and close from time to time. And he uses this in order to fire, like, a big-ass laser at you, or a flamethrower. I think he only fires the flamethrower in the center, though, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, there's also these guys that just launch missiles at you from the side, and I'm already dead again. That's fantastic. There we go, just get this. You know what, I'm just gonna fly into here and try and take him out as fast as I can. Okay, well, actually, his flamethrower's already gone. Okay. So let's just, we can try and use the charge attacks if we possibly can. Okay, actually, one of the other turrets is already gone. Okay, well, actually, he's already dead, I'm pretty sure. Well, he's gonna fire some drones at me first. Okay, well, I don't even know. I still have no clue what damaged me there, but I don't know, maybe the platform that the drones were rising on? Who knows, who cares? Let's go destroy more cranes and more turrets here. That other mini-boss is done. We're getting close to the end of this particular level. I promise you that we are. Just a little bit more to go. Just a little bit more to go here. Okay? Just have to navigate this maze of a fortress. Just gotta destroy some more turrets that are on rails here. Which isn't really all that difficult, if I'm being perfectly honest. And yet, for some reason, I'm still getting hit by bullets. Okay, hang on a second. Let me try a charge attack right here. God, where in the world are these missiles even going? There we go. Okay, hang on. The drones are coming at me from behind. Okay, you know what? Just use this. No. Not even in the mood to deal with that right now. Okay, so this right here is actually the final boss, more or less. But this boss does have multiple phases, and this is the first phase. Okay, we are effectively going to be destroying like a giant-ass stealth bomber as the final boss of the game. The bomber is located inside of this giant airship. He's being protected by it, so we have to go and destroy the airship first, and then he'll pop out, and he'll try to escape from us, but we're not gonna let him do that. We ain't gonna let him do that, okay? So we have to destroy I think we have to destroy the wings on this first. Well, I mean, we definitely can. Here we go. Yes, okay, that wing is gone. Let me just use another, like, Mega Crash here. I don't even know if that did any damage whatsoever. Oh, he's firing lasers at us. Okay, well, either way, that's done. The airship has been destroyed. Yeah, out pops the stealth bomber. This is Gotha, and this is the final boss of the game. So Gotha is kind of weird because he actually has, like, these weird blue balls that just kind of float around and wiggle a lot as well for some weird reason. I mean, he wiggles around a lot as well. I don't know why. Well, he seems like he has a Mirage too. I don't know if he can, like, kill me with that. He probably can. Yeah, the thing that's also weird about him, though, is that not only are his movements really erratic, yeah, he has jet propellers on the front of his ship as well, and I don't exactly know why. It's kind of weird. Why would they be situated on the front, unless that is just meant to be like a flamethrower? I don't really know. But either way, we're gonna just kill him. We're gonna just kill him. We're gonna kill him and his blue balls. We're gonna just break his blue balls entirely. We're gonna give him blue balls. That's what we're gonna do. I don't exactly know how many hits this guy actually takes in order to die, but oh god. Okay, but hang on. I'm gonna go up this way. Maybe we should just wait this out until he gets in, like, a better position where I can hit him. There we go. Kind of like this. Yeah, these blue balls are not actually that difficult to destroy, though. They're just kind of irritating to deal with. They just have very weird movement on them. Actually, that is it. Gotha's already dead. That's it. And the game's over, guys. Like, we beat 1941. That's it. That's the whole game. Brigadier General is the rank that we end up getting to. Yep, and then it just shows you the credits where they're just playing in two-player mode. Yeah, and it also shows you all the different bosses that you fought in the entire game. Yeah, Bismarck. I mean, Bismarck is probably, like, the name of an actual warship that served in World War II. But, again, like, at which time period? Oh yeah, V3 rocket. Pretty sure you can guess what that's a reference to. So yeah, it's just showing us, like, all the bosses. It's doing like a staff roll here. Oh no, stage 3 was the Leviathan. Wait, did I say stage... When I was at stage 5, did I call that boss the Leviathan? Okay, well that's actually incorrect if I did, because that is not actually what that boss is called. This boss is called Crote. Crote? Yeah, was it this boss here that I accidentally called the Leviathan? Yeah, so what is this boss actually called, though? Oh no, this boss is also called the Leviathan. There's 2 Leviathans. Oh, never mind. So this is another game where it actually does repeat some of the bosses. Okay, well, you know what, Capcom? I'd still enjoyed this game regardless, so I don't really care about that. Okay, at least it's not like 1943, where, you know, 3 of the bosses are just like the same bombers that you have to destroy like every single time, so... we have to go through this tally screen very quick. Oh, did I actually... Oh, did I fast forward this accidentally? Oops. I did not mean to do that. Okay, well, I got an achievement in Capcom Arcade Stadium for doing that, but I didn't actually mean to do that. Yeah, just in case you doubted that I was playing this through Capcom Arcade Stadium, well, here's all the proof that you needed. Right here. Okay, let me just go to controller settings quickly. Cycle speed up, cycle speed down. Wait, there is no cycle... That's not binded to anything by default? Why not? Oh god, what is this? I got a class up? I don't even know what this indicates. You earn mini cued pink, enabling the frame section? Okay, I don't care about that. Can I go back into the game, please? There. Okay, I think the game did actually go back to normal. Okay, wait a second. This is mini Q normal. Okay, what does mini Q pink look like? Oh no, it just changes the arcade cabinet itself. Okay, I don't care about any of that. Hang on, let me just put this back right here. Okay, well, either way, I am going to... No, go back into the game, please. Okay, start the game. My god. Okay, well, either way, I am going to try to end this video now, because that's 1941, guys. I've got nothing more to say about it. Yeah, so this is like a demonstration of two-player mode, where the second player is playing as the British play-in. And as you can see, the British play-in doesn't perform any different from the American one. It uses the same weapons, and it just has a different design. That's it. That's all the differences that there is to discuss regarding that play-in. That's it. It's nothing special. Yeah, so I do honestly feel like this is by far the best 1940X game that Capcom have put out up to this point. It certainly feels greatly refined compared to 1942 and 43. Like, there's not an overabundance of levels this time. It's just like a really short campaign this time around, with only 6 different levels, and they definitely feel a lot more well thought out than, you know, some of the levels in 1943 for sure, or just like the previous games in general. The bosses are definitely a bit more unique and creative this time around. It doesn't feel like you're fighting the same bosses every single time, okay? You're not just constantly fighting warships this time around. There is a little bit more variety in the boss types this time around. Maybe not the enemy types necessarily. Well, I mean, you do still have, like, ground vehicles and, yeah, these little drones as well, which I don't think were in the previous games. Well, yeah, I guess you do have a lot more enemy variety this time around, and also a bit more variety in the bosses too. Yeah, overall, it just feels like a much better experience compared to the first two games. It feels greatly refined. It actually feels, you know, fun to play, which I think is the important part. It's definitely more fun to play than 1942 or 43. The game is kept very brief, which I do appreciate. And yeah, it just feels greatly refined compared to its predecessors. There's definitely a noticeable graphical improvement, even though I do believe that this game is actually still running on the same system board that 1942 and 43 use. But that actually does change in the next 1940X game that we have to cover, which is 19XX The War Against Destiny, and I will be covering that particular game relatively soon, probably sometime in March if I'm being completely honest, because I do kind of want to space these videos out a little bit. I don't really want to cover all these games all at once. I do want to provide a little bit of time in between these videos, just, you know, so the channel can have some variety, of course. But sometime next month, we will most likely be checking out 19XX, and then sometime in April, we'll finally be checking out 1944. And then after that, that'll pretty much be it for my playthrough of all the 1940X games, because I already said that I'm not going to be playing Joint Strike, which is the remake of 1942, because that didn't even come out on PC, so... And I'm not sure if it's even still available for purchase on Xbox Live Arcade or PlayStation Network. So yeah, I can at least say that the 1940X games are definitely starting to improve in quality now. I can at least say that about it. This is by far the highest quality one so far, but again, we still have 19XX and 1944 to play, so I imagine that the quality is just going to keep getting higher and higher. Especially since there's a really long gap in between the next couple of games now, because 19XX came out in 1995, and 1944 came out in 2000, so there started to be a really long gap in between games, starting with 1941. So hopefully they took that extra amount of time to really refine these games and make them the best experiences that they possibly can be. I hope. But we'll see fairly soon if that ends up being the case. I can confirm that we will be checking out 19XX after this, and then we'll be doing 1944, and then... There are actually a few other games in Capcom Arcade Stadium that I do want to show off to you guys, and that I did also purchase as well, actually, in addition to these particular games right here. But again, I don't want to play through them all at once. I do want to give you guys a little bit of a break from the arcade stuff. Well, I mean, I guess the Capcom arcade stuff in particular. I don't want to just dump all of these videos onto you guys all at once, or I don't just want, like, the next 5 or 6 videos to just be Capcom arcade games. Again, I want to have some variety on the channel. So with that being said, if you want to purchase 1941, there's a bunch of links in the description. Keep in mind that this game is only available as paid DLC for Capcom Arcade Stadium, but I will be providing specific links to where you can get 1941 as DLC for this game. And Capcom Arcade Stadium itself is free to download, and if you want to just download the compilation itself and get 1943 for free, then there will be some links to where you can do that in the description as well. This game is available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Also, this compilation is technically available on Amazon Luna as well, but I have no clue who in their right mind would be using that service of all things. I mean, I kind of thought that cloud gaming was basically dead at this point, because I mean, Google Stadia is pretty much dead now. I think it's going to be shutting down fairly soon, or it might have already been shut down. I think Google announced that they were going to be shutting down that service fairly soon, and they might have already done that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to provide a link to that, though. Just go purchase it on consoles or PC. There's links in the description, and I'm done with this video because my throat is hurting now, so... As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will be seeing you in the next video I make. Later.